It's time to break the cycle. And he talked about how it's time to draft the quarterback and develop him properly. Break the cycle. And break the cycle. Jay Cutler was sacked 8 times in the first half against the New York Giants and suffered a concussion. Justin Fields in his very first game against the Cleveland Browns was sacked 9 times. And then now Caleb Williams in this game against the lowly New England Patriots, whose defense isn't all that, was sacked 9 times. History, break the cycle. History continues to repeat itself even when you claim that you're going to break the cycle. It's one thing to tell everyone you're going to do it. It's another thing to show everyone you're going to do it. And Ryan Poles has done nothing of the sort when he tells us that he's going to do it, but he doesn't show us he's going to do it.
It's time to win.
Time to win. We're going to break the cycle. Yeah, you're going to break another quarterback.
They had 14 sacks, the Patriots did in total before yesterday's game. 14 sacks. Now they have 23.
It's incredible.
And by the way, I think Carm's, he sent us something yesterday about one of their players who had to play because they've had injuries. I'm going to have to find it real quick.
Brendan Schooler. He's their special teams ace.
Right. So Carm said he's been active for like 40-plus games, right?
Yes.
Prior to yesterday, he'd played 2 career defensive snaps. Yesterday, he had a sack and 2 quarterback hits. I get it. The Patriots, shame on me for saying they stink, but they do. They get checks. They're NFL players. I'm talking collectively and comparatively. It's how they've lost and who they've lost to the last couple of weeks that just leave me speechless.
Absolutely. And you break the cycle. You're again, Caleb Williams, it's part of the poll question today. We'll get to all of it. 312-332-3776. Look, I'm still, I know a lot of people have said, I'm past the point of being angry. I'm past the point of being sad. I'm moving to the point of being apathetic. I'm still angry because I thought this was finally going to be the year where they took the step. This is what we've been waiting for to come out on the other side of the rebuild. This was going to be a year where they would compete at the very least and maybe make the playoffs. This would be the first year where they gave us hope with a real quarterback. And again, they took a page out of the past regime's playbook, which we knew as dopey talk show hosts not to use. We told them, don't do this. They did this with John Fox. They did this with Matt Nagy. They did this with Matt Eberflus. Don't do this. You need to study the history of this team. We're warning you right now. Put them on the same timeline. Don't go with Eberflus. You're rebuilding his entire offensive staff. You're rebuilding his defensive coordinator. This is the perfect time to just get a new head coach with a new staff. And what they do, and we warn them, if you do this, you're going to be in this spot. And they're here way sooner than we anticipated. And it took just 9 games, and only 9 games, to get to a point where they've possibly ruined an unruinable quarterback.
Well, and their history is one thing, but that shouldn't even dictate policy as to the decision-making. Because of the sins of the previous regimes, that should highlight it. But you should have made the decision to move on based on the situation that presented itself, regardless of what the history of the organization was. That was common sense. We talked so many times, too, about how, look, good fortune is part of sports. But once you are the recipient of all of that good fortune and them getting the first overall pick and Carolina continuing to puke on themselves, the second part is that you have to take advantage of it and you have to develop the people that are the residual gifts from good fortune. They've taken good fortune and they're in the midst of taking all of that good fortune, which is kind of once in a generation good fortune, and really throwing it in the toilet.
Right. Absolutely. I do disagree with you of what you say, though, about not learning from the past. Because when you talk about Bears football, you talk about never having a franchise quarterback. So if you are taking over a team, even though it's not been your regime, like when Theo Epstein takes over the Cubs, what has illed the Cubs and why haven't they won in over 100 years? You do the study and you realize that it hasn't been taught from the very bottom of the minor league system. It hasn't been linked up, and you change all the problems that have illed them in the past. So if you're Ryan Poles and you claim you want to break the cycle, why haven't they had a quarterback who has ever made it? They've drafted Rex Grossman in the first round. They've drafted Mitch Trubisky in the first round. They gave up multiple first-round picks for Jay Cutler. They have drafted Justin Fields in the first round. Why have none of them ever turned into the star quarterback? You do the history and you learn from the franchise's mistakes. And you say, we're going to make sure we correct all of those. And yet, he did the exact same play calling as the past general managers. And that, to me, is even more of an issue than someone who has never had that bad history with that same organization.
The only point I'm making, and all of that makes total sense, is if you took the Bears out of the equation, you get the first round pick. If you're the Calgary Stampeders,
of course,
you don't go to the dish with the same group. Like, you put your quarterback and your coach on the same.
We know that, but when your franchise has done it over and over again,
right,
it should be even more of an egregious mistake.
No question.
Why did I get the job? If I'm Ryan Poles,
yes,
why am I here? And why did Ryan Pace ultimately get fired?
They couldn't make it work.
And they couldn't get the quarterback right. All of it. You know, and then they got another chance with Justin Fields, and that failed. And what happened, again, we're repeating history over and over again. We're going to get a new coaching staff here. What happened before Matt Nagy and Ryan Poles were blown out? Do you remember? Matt Nagy was the offensive coordinator as the head coach.
Yes.
He fired himself in that last season as OC, and he made Bill Lazor the offensive coordinator to try to save himself.
Yeah.
They're doing it again, the exact same thing. So now, in order to try to save the season, they're going to fire Shane Waldron. They're going to try and name a new play caller in Thomas Brown, the guy behind him, and they're repeating Bears history. This is the same crap show. It's like you made Caddyshack 2, and you decided to make Caddyshack 3, and Caddyshack 4, and Caddyshack 5.
Well, Caddyshack 2 was so bad.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You have taken the worst sequel, and you're repeating it and trying to make another one and another one and another one.
And that's their history. That's who they are. They've defined themselves. And I have no idea why Ryan Poles, with that as the backdrop, as you just described, why he would choose to repeat that history, because it hadn't worked for his predecessors. But there were so many people yelling loudly that, hey, why don't you take this opportunity while you get the first pick of the draft and get that guy on the same schedule and the same timeline as your new head coach? Like, that seemed like a really obvious decision, so much so that many people were saying the same thing.
And I've always said this. It starts at the top. This isn't a coincidence. The Bears have never had that star quarterback. It starts with ownership. Kevin Warren was at the podium last year at that press conference that I attended at Hallis Hall and tried to sell us all that Matt Eberflus could be Dick Vermeil if we see this through. I said it then, and I'll repeat it now. Dick Vermeil, when he was with St. Louis, and he struggled in his first couple years record-wise before they won with the greatest show on turf. He was a great head coach at UCLA. He took the Philadelphia Eagles to a Super Bowl as the head coach. Dick Vermeil was in the twilight of his career, coming back out of the broadcast booth to be the head coach of the Rams. He was an older head coach at the time. Matt Eberflus is an untested head coach.
Vermeil had a resume.
He had a resume, a track record on why you would stick with Dick Vermeil and think that this could work. Kevin Warren to try to sell us the difference that Matt Eberflus could be Dick Vermeil was completely unfounded.
They have a mess on their hands right now.
So, all right. So I owe you what we've got going here. And then we'll get to all your calls. But, again, that's why I'm still hot. I'm hot because this could have been an opportunity to not just create a good football team, but to create a new way of doing business for the Chicago Bears. And I was a fool because I believed in them.
Well, they better, you know what? They better have a meeting tonight because they do that well.
Oh, yeah.
But I would suggest that somebody takes charge and says, hey, listen, at this particular time, there's one singular focus, and that's to get that kid on track, however you do it. And if you can't get him on track, you're all gone.
Right, but that's a Band-Aid. You know that because the real issue is a total new head coach.
No question, but if you're not going to make that change now, it better be made, the point better be made by the most important and most influential guy in the building right now. If you're not going to release a lot of these people of their responsibilities, you've got one goal. You got one goal right now.
Yes.
As long as you're an employee of the Chicago Bears until you're no longer an employee of the Chicago Bears, that's your goal.
Yeah. Last week when I was broadcasting Monday through Wednesday in Arizona, I was asking the guys, when are we opening up this holiday parody song contest? Because there's an opportunity for gold here. Because if anything, the failures of our team provide more fun songs. You have the White Sox record-setting year. You have the Bears puking all over themselves. And there are so many different things that we can discuss with this Bears season in a form of a holiday parody song contest. Tyler tells me that the contest has gone live. The link is now open to submit.
We'll do it live.
Your songs right now, it's espnparody.com. That's PARODY.com. Submit your entry starting now. And if you thought, and these guys teased me last week, they said, wait till you hear the prizes. I was just told about this today in an email. Then Danny and Tyler and the guys shared it with me to make this announcement today. Get a load of this, guys. Here's your grand prize. Should I start at the bottom? Should I tell you what the second?
Start at the bottom.
Okay. So if you finish second, third, fourth, or fifth, runner-ups, we always like to give top 5 prizes. If you're not the grand prize winner, you're going to win a gift card to Jewel, just like last year, an American Sail gift card, a Rogers and Hollins gift card, and a pair of 4-day passes to Country Thunder. Think about that. That's just for the runner-up right there for this year's holiday parody song contest. Now, here is what the grand prize winner will get. Just like last year, you get a year's supply of grocery from Jewel.
That's pretty special to begin with.
Thank you again to our great friends at Jewel Osco. A year's supply of groceries from Jewel. That is not all. You will also receive a $5,000 gift card for a shopping spree at Steinhoffel's. This is along with the shopping spree at Jewel Osco. So you're going to get a year's supply of groceries at Jewel Osco, a $5,000 gift card to Steinhoffel's for a shopping spree there. You're also going to get gift cards to both American Sail and Rogers and Hollins, and a pair of 4-day VIP passes to Country Thunder.
That's got to be the best package for a winner of any prize in the history of this station.
It's a prize package valued at $1 million.
That's not true.
No, that's not true. But that's
false advertising.
Yeah. But it is. It's a hell of a prize.
That is a fabulous prize list.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I can't remember a time, and you've been here longer than I, where the winner of any contest won anything like this.
We had a great prize 2 years ago when we gave away the pinball machine. We had a great prize last year when we gave away the year's supply of groceries from Jewel Osco. And thank you to Jewel Osco for stepping up to the plate again. Thank you to Steinhoffel's, a great partnership that we have formed with them. They're official partner of the Chicago Bears as well. The 6th Chicagoland location is opening soon. So a $5,000 gift card to Steinhoffel's. Thank you again to American Sail. They have been a participant in this contest for years. Rogers and Holland's, welcome aboard to them. And Country Thunder has supported this contest forever. So not only will it provide great songs, a lot of laughs, Misery Loves Company, but you will be able to really get something from this. It's all brought to you by Joel Osco, Steinhoffel's, Rogers and Holland's, American Sail, Country Thunder. Get your entries in now. Again, the website is ESPNparody.com.
Bring it. Bring it. If you want to win all of that stuff, bring it.
Any song ideas from you guys before we get back to the Bears conversation? But like, I know we have the generic stuff on the Bears and in the White Sox and everything like that. But like,
Field's still out of. Okay. I'll give me a chance to think about it, and I'll try to inspire somebody.
The Doug Kramer goal line play has got to get a song.
Of course, the Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary has got to. Yeah, I mean, especially with Hail Mary. I mean, you got to get a Christmas song out of that.
Yeah.
I'm requesting a swing song with all the swing videos. So I'd like something on the swing. Have we ever had a swing song? Swing of Sadness song?
I don't know. I don't recall.
Obviously, the stuff with the station, everything from the radio station.
How about a stadium song? A song about the stadium situation?
Say, give me your money. I want your money to build me a stadium.
Moving the baseball team to Nashville, possibly.
Sure, right.
Yeah. Give me $1 billion or more.
I need a Chizen song.
Chizen song would be great.
Can I watch her games? Yes. Antenna.
Yes.
Oh, antenna. Oh, antenna.
Those don't even work.
But whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of material this year. I'm sure somebody can rub the Cubs raw as well.
I was going to say perhaps something with the Cubs' willingness to splurge on free agents.
Oh, yeah, the Cubs' cheapness.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to work with here.
DJ mentioned something about being a reindeer. DJ Moore, reindeering around or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
We still didn't understand what he was talking about.
Last week he said that about reindeering.
Yes.
That after he rolled his ankle, he went back into the game and he was reindeering.
There's certainly a lot of
still mystery
there.
surrounded that.
All right,
idea.
so that's that. Now let's get to your phone calls. Is it bothering you still? Like, are you really angry over it? Are you over them? Where are you on this? I heard a lot of people again on the station say, hey, look, they're not worth your time maybe. To me, I'm still in the pissed off mode because I really bought that this would be something different.
I hoped.
Yeah, that this was the first year where the window was going to open to a competitive football team.
But you have to admit you were a little bit skeptical whether you outwardly felt that or said that or not because of how we all felt about the line and going forward with the existing coaching staff. So we had hoped for the best, and we thought that this was a step in the right direction and a step into an environment that we'd never seen before. But there were plenty of palpitations.
Yes.
When digesting their plan.
Absolutely. The line and the coach were two things that I was very worried about, but I really felt great about Caleb Williams. I'm really worried now. I'm worried the way he looks. A lot of it's on him, but I believe that if he had a good development plan, if they truly were intent on breaking the cycle, then this stuff would not be allowed to be happening. Again, like, he is the one throwing the football. He is the one making the decisions, but I fear that they have broken him.